Okay, we're gonna start simply today. So find your seat, just nice and easy, cross-legged, sit up nice and tall and feel your bones settle into your mat or your floor or even the bed, wherever you are. Just try to find a place where you can kind of melt a little bit and relax. There's a lot of energy, extra energy, just kind of sizzling and whizzing around after the holidays. And we're all trying to kind of recenter and restart and renew. This new year and all these new possibilities can be quite overwhelming. And the amount of excess energy that we kind of throw into the expectations of what a new year should hold for us can really make some people anxious and stressed out. But if you can, come to your mat, come to a nice space. It might not be quiet, it might not be perfect, you might have family, friends around, and that's okay, it's reality. No situation is ever going to be perfect, so just find a place to start and work from there. I like to get on my mat and get comfortable. I like my feet tucked in. I like to open the door and hear the wind and nature. I like to light a candle, maybe, have something warm to drink before. Make sure I am nice and warm. Maybe start a little bit of music. And then when I do make my way here, I'm going to place my hands face down on my knees because I would really like to kind of ground the excess energy and anxiety that I have personally for my expectations about trying to catch up and trying to get back into the flow of everything as soon as possible. We've spent the last month in holidays, right? So we've got to come back, and it's not going to happen in one day. It's not going to happen overnight. So we're going to take it one step at a time, and that's what this short class is going to be about today. So we're going to begin with one solid, singular minute of just quiet, soft meditation. So find your seat. I don't have a clock running. Don't worry about it. You can set a timer if you want to. Just be here now for a moment. Take 1 minute for yourself. Slowly start to open your eyes and bring the hands together. Plug your thumbs into your heart. Tuck the chin and thank yourself. Let's move. Coming lengthwise on your mat. We're gonna stay in all fours. We're gonna tuck those toes under, open the arch space, sit the hips back into the heels, and just wiggle the hips back, working those feet open. They support us all day long. So let's open them up and give back to them. You can start to walk the hands out a little bit and we'll approach what feels like a child's pose, but with a lot of energy in the feet. So we're not quite surrendering the torso yet. You can drop the head and look down, maybe back at the toes, maybe even tap the head down. Inhale, rock forward into the hands. You're almost in a low half plank. Flatten out the feet. Slowly dip the hips down. Until the back has had enough, you can enjoy opening the throat. Release any tension in the glutes. Make this feel nice and silky smooth, like you're moving through water. Tuck the toes again. Slowly exhale, surrender the head down, as if you were giving thanks. On your next inhale, slowly roll up, keeping those hands right where they are. Spread the fingers, lift the chin, open the throat. Slowly sink the hips, relax the toes, relax the glutes. Inhale, lift the hips, tuck the toes. Slowly, the tip-top capacity of your lungs. And then slow release, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Spread the fingers and toes. Exhale, slowly tip back. Inhale. Remember, we're thinking about grounding ourselves down into the mat, down into the earth. Grounding will help us contain and control some of that excess energy we have right now. Send those elbows down, lift the hands up and bring them back behind the skull. Big breath here, flatten out the feet and settle into your child's pose. Wiggle the hips back into the heels. See what needs some work today, what feels good and what does not. Be mindful of the hip space. Extend the arms, lift the eyes on an inhale and rock into the hands. Close the knees, stack the bones so the hips are over the knees, shoulders are over the wrists. Curl those toes back under. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, send the belly button to the spine and up to the ceiling, rounding the back, tuck the chin and the tail. Inhale like a wave of water, reverse. Opening the throat, spreading the ribs. Exhale, close it off. Cat-cow. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Lengthen the front side. Exhale, lengthen the back side. 1 more, complete your breath cycle. And exhale. After fully exhaling, come back to a neutral spine, flatten out the feet and zipper the thighs together. We're gonna shoot the right foot back, press into it like a long runner's lunge, engaging the calf muscle. Back into the hands, tuck the knee in like you were gonna kiss it, and send the foot back. Long stretch. Exhale, tuck the knee in. Inhale, open the stretch. Exhale, bring the right knee back. Left knee. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Remind yourself to round the spine as you round the knee into the chest. 1 more time. Also try exhaling As you bring the knee in to try something different and set the knee down. Curl the toes, lift the hips, drop the head. Walk the hands out to your down dog and just gently shake out the neck. Look left and right. Remind yourself to keep the neck nice and loose while you are upside down. Take deep belly breath here and find your four corners. You should split the weight nice in half between the hands and the feet. So you don't want the shoulders to feel fatigued, and you don't want the hamstrings and the hips to hold all the weight. So find a nice delicate balance there, where the heels are floating and the hands are securely into the floor. From your down dog here, we're gonna slowly walk the feet to the hands. Nice and slow and methodical. There is no rush in this flow because we are just trying to come back to basics here. Slowly rise all the way up. Hands come back down to the heart. Flare the toes, lift the toes, and then settle them back into the mat. Feel all four corners of each foot. Strengthen and lengthen your mountain pose and prepare for a vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step back and down. Slowly through the triceps. Inhale, take your back bend up and your hips back into child's pose. One breath here. Inhale, let's go back the way we came in. Back through your half plank or lift the knees. Slowly, extra push-up option. Come into your back bend and then into your down dog. One breath here. Walk the feet to the hands. Lifting at the top of your breath, exhaling everything out completely. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, plug your thumbs into the heart. Inhale, lengthen, lock down, and exhale here in mountain pose. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Lift. Exhale, step back into your strong plank. Remember, keep those shoulders and elbows in toward the body and slowly cruise down through the triceps. Inhale, release the glutes. Exhale, hinge the hips and sit back. One breath here. Inhale, rock into the hands. Let's take that vinyasa in reverse. Slowly dip down. Keep the knees down if you want to. Press up and back into down dog. The other option there is to go directly from your child's pose into your tall plank. Slowly take the push-up option. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, down dog. One breath in your down dog there, and then walk the feet to the hands. Lifting up on the tip top of your inhale, exhale, fold. Release the head and neck down. Inhale, slow rise all the way up, hands together. Exhale, plug the thumbs into the heart. Take a step back with your right foot, and we're going to pivot so the back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. And the front toes are still pointing toward the front of the mat. Lunge in to your front leg and then swivel the hips and the shoulders back toward the front of the mat. You can lift up that back heel if you want to, or keep it down for a more traditional warrior one. Take the pose that you're most comfortable in. Rising up here, take a big stretch up. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Step back and down. Inhale up. Exhale down dog. Take the right foot this time, bring it to the front of the mat. Set the left heel down, coming all the way up for your lunge, swivel, lift, or just find your warrior one stance here. Big inhale up. Exhale, hands come down, frame the foot, step back, cruise down. Inhale, and exhale, child's pose. Check in with your shoulders, your hips, your knees. Check in with your mind and see if you are going at the right pace. If your body feels good, let it melt here for a few moments. One more breath. Thinking about the ways that we can stimulate, warm the body, and then also let ourselves just kind of forget and relax for a few moments. Curl those toes, lift the hips, drop the head. Slowly walk the feet toward the hands. Lifting up halfway, exhale, give yourself a hug. You may just be starting here, or you melt down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, plug your thumbs into the heart. Lengthen and strengthen your mountain pose. As you drop the hands, take a big exhale. Take that right foot back again. Settle in parallel to the back edge of the mat. This time we are going to keep the hips open. So when we settle into our front leg, it becomes a side lunge. The arms are going to grow from the heart and extend straight out at the same height as your shoulders. Gazing over the front fingertips, zipper up that core and press down through the back edge of the back foot. Deep breath here. Inhale, back hand goes to back leg. Front hand flips and points right to the sky. Exhale. Come back to your warrior two. Slowly close the hands in front of you. Lift up that back heel. Bring the hands into the heart and slowly dip down to the floor. Hands frame the foot. Walk the hands back and just flow back and forth in and out of this half split. Making sure your hamstrings are warming up. The back foot is nice and warm. The right side hip flexor is getting a nice little warming workout. I love the idea of flowing here with or without the hands. Without the hands, you're going to use a lot more core. With the hands, you're just going to have a lot more slow, steady control. Okay, let's test our hamstrings and see how we feel in this half split. Now, you can be anywhere from here in a soft bend in the knee all the way back to the foot. Try not to put all the weight in the back foot. You've got a good amount coming down through the pressure in this heel. Opening this foot, these are very active toes. About 2 breaths here. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Lift up that back leg, strong back leg. Settle down through the back heel again and windmill the arms up back into your warrior two where we started. Inhale, straighten the leg. Slowly shift the weight forward and tip over like a teapot for triangle pose. Two breaths here. Inhale, come all the way back up. Shift and pivot on the feet. So we come into the same pose facing the other direction. Always check in with the gait of your feet. Make sure that your position feels good before you move forward. Make sure all four corners of each foot are settled down and into the floor, making you feel strong and stable and supported. Exhale into the side of your other leg. Warrior two. A lot of activity through the back glute here, down through the back edge of the back foot. Strong shoulders. Gazing fiercely over the front fingertips. Channeling your warrior vibes. Exhale the back hand down, flip the front hand up and reach to the sky. Feel the side ribs opening. Exhale, back into your warrior two. Inhale, clasp the hands in front of you. Shift the weight on the back foot and slowly dip down. Hands to the floor. Tick-tock back and forth, in and out of your front hamstring. With or without the hands. When you're feeling nice and mobile, check in with the hip flexor, knee, hamstring, and hip flexor on this side. Feet and toes on both feet. Settle into your half split. At least 2 or 3 breaths. You can always extend any of these poses, making them 5 full breaths, and you'll have a nice full hour class at least. Inhale, come forward. Slowly lift the back leg up. Hands are either already up, testing your core, or after you rise, then you lift the hands up, centering them together for strength. Just pivot that foot so it comes on the side. You open your hips back up, shoot the arms back out. Straighten the front leg, shift the arm forward, open up for triangle pose. Inhale, back up, and exhale. Windmill the arms down. Slowly step back, cruise down through your chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, child's pose for 5 breaths. Extend the arms, lift the eyes, rock into the hands. And we're going to spread the knees a bit and take the right arm and send it between the left hand and the left knee. We're going to set down the right shoulder and the right side of the head onto the floor. And as we reach through with this arm, press into the hand and enjoy the twist. And the dog's barking. Because life never stops. You just have to learn how to keep on breathing through it all. A few relaxing breaths here. Feel a nice spread through the shoulder blades. Press into your base hand and unwind. Prepare for the pose on the same thing, other side. Exhale, send the hand through and enjoy the twist. About 3 to 5 breaths there feels really nice. Feel free to stay there longer if you want to. Curl those toes, sit back, check in with the hips. We're just going to press into the hands and lift the knees up into our elbows. A little core engagement there. And exhale. Big inhale up, exhale in. Big inhale up, exhale. Inhale, lower the knees, lift the eyes, and exhale to a neutral spine. Bring the knees together and spread the fingertips. We're gonna kick up one leg and just take some circles. Doing a little hip love. Make sure you come back the other way. And we're gonna repeat this on the other side. Lift it up and just draw a big circle with your knee. Make sure you go back the other way. And then bring the knees together, zipper the thighs together, sit back into hero pose and place the hands down. Inhale, exhale, hold on to the knees, round the spine. Inhale, extend the core. Exhale, core engagement. Lengthen through the spine. Lengthen through the chest. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale up through your hero pose. We're gonna walk the hands forward, pick either knee, and just come right into pigeon pose. This is a nice, easy way for us to just keep kind of moving in through new poses without a lot of vinyasa, keeping it nice and calm. Still staying warm. You can always add more vinyasas between each pose, but this is definitely one of those passive flows that I think maintains a nice amount of warmth without creating much stress for the performance of a vinyasa or keeping up when you are low energy. So this can be a really passive pose or very active. Right now I'm in a very active pigeon pose because I'm pressing into my hands and keeping my body nice and tall. To be passive, I'm just gonna kind of uncurl and release everything down. I wanna make sure that my outer hip is not on the floor and that my inner hip is not leaning or dumping into my front heel. I love to let people hold this pose for at least 30 seconds. 30 to 90 can get almost therapeutic and restorative. So it's a really good place to come if you're feeling a little stressed or emotional. Pigeon pose is A1 for that. To shift into the other leg, plant the hands down nice and strong. Lift up, extend, puff out your pigeon chest, and exhale into the hands. Curl the back toes under, shoot the back leg, that leg back, and take a push-up option here if you want to. Come all the way back up, and then find your other leg, pigeon pose. So this side may feel totally different. Figure out where you are today on that scale, that spectrum of comfort. Either keeping the hands for balance and support, or slowly coming down to the elbows. A bolster or a pillow also works wonderfully here. Spread those toes, and then slowly release down as you feel. You'll know when you need this pose because you will not want to come out of it. And that's okay. Take your time, always. When you are ready, press into your strong hands, Lift that back leg with your core and the back foot. Shift the weight, extra push-up option, or just go straight into your back bend. Curl the toes, take it back into down dog. Let everything just reset. Swivel the eyes back and forth. Remind the neck to stay easy and fluid. As you settle back into the four corners of your down dog, making sure the feet are hip distance apart, reach back with one hand, take a twist. This is an inversion, so please be mindful of your breath. As we start cooling down, this can maintain our warmth, but also allow us to be passive. When you replace the hands, slowly dip the knees down to the floor. Inhale the knees all the way back up. I'm taking 2 nice deep breath cycles in between those movements. Inhale, and then exhale, deflate all the way back down to the floor. Exhale all the way up. Walk the feet to the hands. Lifting up halfway. Exhale, slowly give yourself a hug or a fold. Inhale, bend the knees and come all the way up. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Open up the body to the side. Find your strong mountain pose here. And just for a moment, we're going to come back and take 1 more minute, singular minute of soft standing meditation like we did when we were seated. Just to test yourself, just to come back to stillness. Find how you want to stand, where your body wants to go, and find peace in that place, even if only for a minute. Take in your surroundings. Count your breaths softly. Or simply just thank yourself. Maybe you only lasted 30 seconds today, but that's okay. Come down to your mat. And slowly lay down. Bring the knees into the chest and extend the legs up. Open the toes. Extend the arms out. Gazing up at the feet. Allow yourself to just melt into the mat. Let the floor absorb the entire length of your spine. Maybe you can finish the rest of that minute down here or take another minute. This is a beautiful inversion. And it's great for a calming flow on an anxious day. No pressure, no expectation, no rush. Just a simple shift in perspective. Finding maybe how still you can be. And then slowly bring the heels back down. Give yourself a nice big hug. And thank yourself as you release the feet down. And take at least 3 to 5 minutes of a Shavasana here. Just relaxing and releasing into the mat. Completely allowing the body to melt.